Hello viewers, welcome to my channel RB Rao's Academy. In this session, I will discuss about shifting of energy sources. The first one is shifting of current source and the second one is shifting of voltage source. These are used for reducing complex networks. Okay. The first one let us see now, shifting of current source. If we find an ideal current source in a circuit, then it can be shifted to all the resistances lying between the endpoints such that the current distribution at the nodes is not affected, and then the original current source is replaced by open circuit. Okay. Ideal current source means the source doesn't have any internal resistance. And what about this endpoints means points between which the current source is connected. Okay. Let us consider an example and try to explain this shifting of current source. Okay. In this example, 2 amperes current is connected between, that is the current source is connected between A and B. These two are the endpoints now. So as per this statement, we have this current source can be shifted to the resistances which are connected between these two endpoints. That is how this current source can be shifted now. Between A and B, these two resistances 5 ohms and 5 ohms are connected, and also 1 ohm, 2 ohms are also connected. Okay, let us see if we shift this current source to this, what will happen? If we shift this current source to these two, what will happen? Let us see now. It should be shifted in such a way that the current distribution at the nodes is not affected. That is the main point here. Now let us shift the current source and then find out the current Ix which flows in the 2 ohms resistor. The endpoints are A and B. If the current distribution at A and B are affected or not. In the original circuit, at node A, current 2 amperes is entering. Here also 2 amperes is entering. It is 2 amperes. We have shifted the current source like this, 2 amperes is entering node A. So it is not affected here. And at B, 2 amperes current is leaving. Here also 2 amperes current is leaving. So B also not affected. At this node 2 amperes entering, 2 amperes leaving. So this node is also not affected. That is, the net current at this point is 0. The currents, whatever the currents entering is equal to the currents leaving. So it is nullified. Now if we shift this current source to this resistor, what will happen? If we shift it like this, so at node A, 2 amperes entering and 2 amperes leaving. But in the original circuit, it is only entering, 2 amperes entering, but not leaving. So this is not allowed. Okay, as per the statement, it is shifted to all the resistances lying between the endpoints. So these two are lying between A and B, and these two also lying between A and B. But the 2 amperes source cannot be shifted to these resistors. Why? Because it is affecting the current distribution at node A and node B also. Okay? So this is not allowed. At node A, the current has to enter only and should not leave. 2 amperes is entering. Here also it is entering. So it is valid. Now let us simplify it now. Our aim is to find out the current Ix. The current Ix which passes through this 2 ohms resistor. Okay. Now here the current source have internal resistance 0.5 ohms. So this can be converted into a practical voltage source. Since it has internal resistance, it is a practical current source. No, it can be converted into practical voltage source. That is, source transformation technique here. If it is converted, you have to multiply these two, then you will get a voltage source, and 0.5 ohms will be the internal resistance to that voltage source. 2 into 0.5 is 1. So 1 volt in series with 0.5 amperes. I'll just replace that, this current source by a voltage source now. 2 amperes and 0.5 amperes internal resistance is converted into a voltage source in series with 0.5 amp, 0.5 ohms now. 2 into 0.5 is 1 volt. Since current is moving upward, the battery polarity should be like this, and with internal resistance 0.5 ohms, and 2 into 0.5 is 1 volt. Okay, else it is 0.5 ohms. So we have to replace this practical current source by a practical voltage source now. 2 into 0.5 is again 1 volt in series with 0.5 ohms resistor, and direction is upward, so the polarity should be like this here also. One volt, and the internal resistance is 0.5 ohms. This 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 2 ohms, and we need to find out the current Ix. Now, in these two loops, let us apply Kirchhoff voltage law now. Let the current in this loop be I1, and let the current in this loop be, current flowing in this loop be I2. Okay? Now apply Kirchhoff voltage law. In this branch, current moving in this direction will be with respect to I1 minus I2. Okay? Let us apply Kirchhoff voltage now. This is point A, B, let this be C, D, E. Applying KVL to this loop, A, B, C, D, E, let this be F. Consider the loop A, start from D, D, F, A, C, D. In this loop, if we move from D to F, there is rise in potential. Okay, so plus 1. And in this branch, what are the currents flowing? I1 is moving in this direction, I2 is moving in the opposite direction. So the net current which flows from D to F is I1 minus I2. So minus 1 into I1 minus I2. And in this branch, moving from F to A, so there is rise in potential plus 1, and the drop in voltage is minus 0.5 into I1, again minus 1 into I1 is equal to 0. Now let us simplify this now. This 1 and this 1 will get cancelled. Minus 2.5 I1 plus I2 plus 2 equal to 0. Let us multiply the equation by minus 1, then it will become 2.5 I1 minus I2 is equal to 2. Let it be equation number 1. Now, let us apply KVL to the second loop now. Second loop, let that loop be E, B, F, D, E. Okay. Now, in the branch EB, we are moving from E to B. So, there is rise in potential 2 volts. Here, in this branch BF, we are moving from B to F. There is rise in potential plus 1, and we are moving the direction of current I2. So, minus 0.5 I2. And in the branch FD, we are moving the direction of current. So, minus 1 into I2 minus I1 is the net current flowing from F to D, and there is fall in potential, so -1 and -2 into I2 is equal to 0. This I2 is nothing but Ix only. If you get the value of I2, that is nothing but the value of Ix. So now let us simplify this. 2 and equation number 1 is 2.5 I1 minus I2 is equal to 2. Equation number 2. Now by using Cramer's rule, these values can be calculated. Since two unknowns and two simultaneous equations, then we can use Cramer's rule or multiplying, or you can multiply the equation number 1 or 2 by, this is 2, this is 1, equation 2 by 2, and then subtract, and that way also we can find out I2 and then I1. Okay. After calculating that, the I2 value will be 0.9 amperes. 0.9 amperes. Okay. One thing we must remember is, in shifting of current sources, the current source which is there between A and B should be replaced with a open circuit. Okay, here. Next, we'll discuss about shifting of voltage source. If you find an ideal voltage source in a circuit, then it can be shifted to all resistances which are incident on positive polarity of the voltage source, such that nodal voltages are not affected, and then the voltage source is replaced by a short circuit. In the diagram, Vs is the voltage source, on its positive polarity R1 and R2 are incident. That means R1 R2 are incident on this positive polarity. So this can be pushed into this node A. Let this be node A and let this be node B. Pushed into the node A. We can also call it as E shifting. That means this voltage source is moved through node A, and it will be in series with R1 and R2. So the circuit will become like this: R3, R1, R2, R1 ohms, R1 ohms, R2 ohms, and the battery is moved through this node A. Vs, okay, and this is R3, and after moving, we are replacing that voltage source by short circuit. Okay, let us implement this in an example. Let us consider an example for this shifting of voltage source and try to make you understand the concept. The given circuit is like this. This is the given circuit. Find voltage across, that is voltage drop across this 2 ohms. Let this be V2. So V2 is the voltage across, that is voltage drop across 2 ohms. Let us find out now by using shifting of voltage source method and source transformation. Let the nodes be A, B, C, D. Okay, by using this method, these two resistors 3 and 4, resistors with resistance 3 ohms and 4 ohms are incident on this positive terminal. So this can be moved through the node C. Then it will be in series with 4 ohms resistor and it will be in series with 3 ohms resistor. That is the first step. Now let us move this. After moving, the circuit will be like this. Two amperes, 5 ohms here. Okay. Now, one thing you should understand, when the currents are in parallel, they can be summed up by considering the directions. If they are the same direction, we can add them up. If they are in opposite direction, we can subtract. 3 ohms. Okay, our aim is to find out the voltage drop across this 2 ohms resistor. So, if you find current flowing through this 2 ohms resistor, we can find the voltage drop across the 2 ohms resistor. Now, since C and D are having same potential, there is no voltage drop across this. So, C and D will be at the same potential. So, the branch between A and C can be removed and connected across AD. So that the circuit will be simplified. So, next step, let us remove this branch AC and then connect across this AD now. That means 3 ohms resistor in series with 5 volts battery is removed and then connected between A and D. D is same, so I have joined C, D. You can say this is, you can join C and D. If C and D are joined, then 4 ohms will be here. 4 ohms resistor in series with 5 volts can be connected like this. Volts, this is a current source, this is voltage, practical voltage. So, this can be converted into a current source now, so that the currents can be added up. It will be, circuit will be further simplified. There is a resistor here, 5 ohms, 5 ohms resistor. So, next diagram is, let us convert this practical voltage into a current source. Now, it will be 3 ohms, 3 ohms, 3 ohms in parallel with the current source. What is that current source? 5 by 3. Current source is 5 by 3 amps and the other current source is 2 amperes. 2 amperes. And a 5 ohms resistor, and this is node B, that is node A, after 2, 5 ohms, node B, this is 2 ohms, here D and C are clumped together. 5 ohms. Okay. Now, these two can be added up. If you add, it will get 11 by 3, 11 by 3 amperes. So, it is further simplified to 3 ohms will be added as it is, 3 ohms, and the current source is, now add these currents, 5 by 3 plus 2 is 11 by 3 amperes, and here a 5 ohms resistor A, B, and this is 2 ohms resistor. Volts voltage source, and this is 4 ohms. 4 ohms. Now, if we convert this current source into a voltage source, then 3 ohms will be in series with 5. So, it will be further reduced, circuit will be further simplified. So, 11 by 3 into 3 is now 11 volts. So, 11 volts in series with 3 ohms now. 3 ohms, another one is 5 ohms. 3 ohms, 5 ohms is BB. 2 ohms, 4 ohms, 5 volts. So now the circuit will become 11 volts in series with 8 ohms and 2 ohms here, 4 ohms and 5 volts in series with that. Now by applying KVL to this loop and KVL to this loop, we get two equations. To solve those two equations, we will get the current through these two. I will write those two equations now. We start from A, B. Let this be C. A, B, C. Let us consider loop A, B, C, A. Loop equation. Let us simplify this and then treat this as first equation. So minus 8y minus 2y1. It will become minus 10y1 plus 2y2 plus 11 is equal to 0. And the second equation, if apply for KVL to second loop, B, let it be BCB. BCB like this. So if from B to C, if you move like this, minus 4I2 minus 5 drop in potential, then we are moving the direction of current, so minus 2 into I2 minus I1. I2 minus 2 into I2 minus I1 equal to 0. So if we multiply through the equation minus 1, you will get 4I2 plus 5 plus 2 into I2 minus I1. So it gets reduced to 4I2 plus 2I2 minus 2I1 plus 5 is equal to 0. So it will be minus 2I1 plus 6I2 plus 5 equal to 0. Equation number 2. If we solve 1 and 2 equations, we will get this current through this branch. Let it be I. Current through this branch. Which branch? This two. That will be I2 minus 5. That will be I1 minus I2. Since 11 volts battery is here, so I1 will be more than I2. So I1 minus I2 should be equal to I1 minus I2 should be equal to 1.5 amperes. So the voltage drop will be across this will be V2 will be equal to 3 volts. To solve these simultaneous equations and find out I1 and I2. Okay, that's all for today. Please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. If you have any doubts, please post them in the comment section. I will definitely respond to your questions. Thank you.